Oh, you never talked about your livestock guardian dogs.
Oh, yeah, I have
You
a
talk
few.
about them like every other day. Like, I don't know how people don't have these more.
Yeah, no, they're wonderful. Um, they, I originally got my livestock guardian dogs on my 2-acre homestead, which was it's like in the deep forest. It's surrounded by national forest on two sides, so it was prime grizzly country, and every apex predator was coming through my backyard. So my first homestead livestock was a couple of goats. And here I have these couple of goats out in the forest in Montana, and it was not going to end well. I actually came home one day from work. This was back when I still had a day job trying to support my homesteading habit. Came home from work one day, and there was a very large mountain lion sitting outside of my goat pen, literally licking her lips, looking at my goats, like just sitting there.
Would have been
And
like a scene from Jurassic Park.
I freaked out. That night, all my goats came out of their pen and slept in my steel horse trailer for the night. It was like, I mean, they've been spotted. They're on the menu. So I started looking for livestock guardians because I knew they were a thing. Never had one. And by some crazy miracle, uh, the, somebody had just put an ad on Craigslist giving away 2 Great Pyrenees up in Libby.
Giving them away.
Giving them
Aren't they
away.
like thousands of dollars or something?
Yeah, these were AKC registered Great Pyrenees. A sister and a brother pair. And it was like, what? That's not that's not an accident. Um,
Right.
this it was the strangest thing. It was a suburban family in Libby going through a divorce. They didn't have any livestock. They got these dogs from a farm because they thought they were big and floofy and cute. And these dogs were living in a kennel in the backyard in the suburbs.
Oh, that's sad.
So, yeah, I went and I looked at them and I was like, well, of course, I'm going to take them home. They were giving them away, and loaded them up, brought them home, put them in my goat pen. Like, I would totally do things differently now. Um, but I got away with it. And
Because
these
they could
dogs,
have eaten the goats.
they could have. I mean, they were 4-year-old dogs that had no experience.
Sure.
And I plugged them in, and it was like flipping a genetic switch. They just knew what to do and
Hmm.
turned into incredible livestock guardians. And I had them until the day they died, which was like a year ago. And they were amazing. And so now I have Anatolian Shepherds, and they're also wonderful. Those Pyrenees helped train my first Anatolian Shepherd into her
Hmm.
job. And now I have 3 of those, and we plan to breed them and have some puppies in the next year.
I'm gonna buy one from you because they look big and floofy.
They are. Our male is like 165, 170
Holy
pounds.
crap.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and he's a big mush. He's just a big
Mush.
lap baby.
That's funny. Did you have any training on livestock? Like how do you train a like as a handler, how do you train a livestock guardian dog? Have you had to do that before? Or was it just like absolute learning on the like learning on the job?
Yeah, it was learning on the job. You know, those 2 dogs, I didn't realize how lucky I was when I got those 2 Pyrenees because they were basically perfect. They didn't take any training.
Sure.
They taught me. And I think them being 4 years old and mature through the puppy phase was helpful. And then I got puppies. I got Anatolian puppy, and boy, it was not like plugging the dog in and forgetting about it. It was it was actually training that needed to take place.
Sure.
Um, she's great. I mean, don't get me wrong. She had all the important pieces in place, and she knew her job, and her genes were in line. She had the genetic memory. But there were some behaviors we had to correct, like playing with the goats. We don't play with the goats. And I didn't know that was really common with LGDs when they're young.
Whoa.
especially if they're alone and they don't have other puppies. So we actually ended up having to go get another puppy so that she would quit trying to be a puppy with the goats. But she, we broke her of that, and she's become a really amazing guardian. And then we went and got her sister. The same breeder had another litter 2 years later, and we got her sister, and her sister played with the goats. So we've had to train her too, and we've had some things like that that have had required some work, but they've been wonderful anyway. And our female, the original Anatolian that we got, actually handled a grizzly bear by herself when she was 10 months old.
Whoa. Did you see it happen?
I didn't see it happen. We came in right at the aftermath of it. A bear had come in interested in the goats and encountered her, and she turned him right around and ran him back through electric fence. And he strung electric fence all through the woods and made a gigantic mess, but left the goats alone. She took care of it.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember years ago seeing on Reddit, I know, um, of like some dog breed called like Caucasian Shepherds or something like that, and like they use them to hunt bears in Russia. And I, being early 20s something, I was like, that's so cool. I'm gonna have one. It doesn't matter that they weigh 190 pounds. I want one. And like, I'm so glad that was not a thing that I ever did. But like, gotta admit, those big dogs look pretty dang cool. Like pretty much any big dog just looks awesome.
Well, you'll have to come meet ours and love them up and love on the floofs.
The floofs, the floof loves.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can I,
Wow.
can I put
Yes.
that on hold for just a second?
Yes.
Hey, Mark. He's on it. Speaking of livestock guardians, they all just went completely insane. I don't know why. Outside, like they're all roaring like there's something serious. Husband's gonna grab a gun and go look.
Oh no.